Baby, that Lecrae verse.
Party and materialism with P. Diddy and everybody. Then we went to this overhyped drill rap, that overhypedly sexualized rap.
So now you think it's time to come back? You think it's time to come back?
Tell me to come back.
That's exactly what I think has happened. Honestly, the pendulum has just swung back. Hello, family, and welcome back to the Bastion of Critical Thinking. My name is Raven, thought leader, therapist, and theologian. And once again, I am always so happy to have you here with me today. If you're new here, welcome. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable because we do some things that are relatively uncomfortable around here. We critically think through hard topics and through hard things. But we do it with the hopes of reforming our culture. So we spend time critiquing culture and offering ways that we can potentially reform it, because I never want to put somebody down or put things down without offering some solutions to lift it back up as well. So that's what we do here. And if you're interested, stick around, because today I think we'll have a good one. Today, we're going to be talking about this new Kendrick song. And I have to give the backstory just slightly. My brother asked me the other day, he was like, have you heard the new song? And he said, I'm shocked that you haven't done a video on the Kendrick song. And I was like, why would I do that? Like, I'm not a hip hop head. As a matter of fact, if you look at my last video, I'll pin it here. Child, I'm on the bandwagon that we might just have to let go of hip hop altogether. If I can be 100 with us, right? If we can just be honest, brutally honest, I've been on this bandwagon of like, yeah, let's just go ahead and 86 hip hop. But apparently my brother was like, no, you need to hear this song. And so I'm like, okay, listen to the song. And I'm like, honey, yes. Like, I was just like, oh, this is the one. And this is exactly what I've been saying. And so the reason I felt it necessary and so prudent to do a video about this is because the heart of the song and the sentiment of the song is exactly what I've been preaching here in the Bastion. Family, if you've been watching me, you know, do I need to insert the clips? I've been saying all of this for forever, at least for more recent history of my life. And it's just so interesting to see this pivot and this shift towards consciousness. But I hate to use consciousness because I know that can be so interchangeably used with woke ideology and ideology that's been tethered to things like maybe Hotep culture and just all forms of culture. So it's so many subcultures and variations of culture that have used that word. And so it's been somewhat co-opted, but I guess nobody has a monopoly on the word. So anyway, I hate to use that word. However, I appreciate, in essence, let me just say it like this and then we'll get into the discussion. I appreciate Kendrick calling for better, right? And talking through all the ways that he's seeing culture decline. And he's seen all the ways where he's even contributed to some of the cultural decline, particularly in the Black community. And he's making a conscientious effort to say, you know what? Kill it all. And honestly, that's been how I felt. And I am going to insert the clip where I said, hashtag kill hip hop. I'm done. I hope that was useful. I wanted to just offer my sentiments, and I want to invite you guys to join me. Hashtag kill hip hop. It's time to be done. Rest in peace hip hop. Actually, let's do hashtag rest in peace hip hop, because I'm gonna miss it. I love it. I love it for what it did for us and for the history, the rich history in it. But now it's time to chart a new path. Baby, that's just basically what he's saying. Kill it. And every time when people heard me say that, everybody was like, well, we don't have to kill hip hop, Raven. Maybe I should just like pin some of the comments here. We don't have to kill it. You need to listen to X and Y and Z and listen to these people. And to be fair, I understand why people pushed back on me in that way, because it was like, Raven, this is a multiplicitous genre of music, just like any genre of music, and so we ought to respect it for what it is, which is a genre of music that offers entertainment in a multitude of ways, and so we can respect and honor it for what it is. However, when I made the case that we needed to kill it, I don't necessarily think I was saying like get rid of it. Well, I can't lie. get rid of it altogether. But not because I didn't acknowledge and recognize the beauty and the complexity and of how it all came to be and why we love it so much. However, I just don't think that those things outweigh the negative impact that it's had on culture. And so that was my case for that. But anyway, with that in mind, I recognize that even in this song, I think Kendrick is kind of calling for the same sort of nuance that maybe I left out in my last video. I don't think I did, but go back and watch it and you can judge for yourself. But I think in the song, Kendrick is saying, kill it. And then he said, start over. And maybe that's what I should have made clear. I don't mind us, particularly Black people, having something that is unique to us, that speaks to the history and the legacy of all that we've gone through, that speaks to the oppression and the pain that we've experienced, and gives us somewhat of an outlet to navigate that and process that through the arts, right? Through our creativity and through things that gets our bodies moving and gets us dancing and that makes us happy, even if that's unique to, especially if that's unique to us. I appreciate that, and I want that to be this vibrant thing that we have as an outlet. Now, if that thing continuously perpetuates negativity and it's only reflective of the worst parts of ourselves and the worst parts of our culture, no, that does have to die. And so that's what Kendrick is saying. And baby, that's what I've been saying. It has to die. But not because it's not a beautiful thing or there aren't beautiful facets of it, but rather because we need to go through a rebirthing process. We need to go through a reconfiguration of sorts to really establish and rather reestablish what it is to be Black, what it is to be cultured, what it is to be hip, right? What it is even to be cool. If Black people are going to set the trends, if Black culture rather is going to be the nucleus of pop culture, which it is, if Black culture is going to be exported in such a way that every single person on this planet has touched either nominally or literally Black culture, and everybody kind of is on the periphery of what Black culture is doing. If that's going to be the case, then we need to recalibrate and reestablish what it is to be Black and what it is to embrace, enjoy, export, and co-op even, right? Black culture. I don't want it to be synonymous with bad things. I won't even start using words. I don't want it to be synonymous with bad things. I want it to be synonymous with the essence and the richness and the beauty and the legacy of what Black people have gone through and our resilience, right? And all the beautiful parts of who we are. And to be fair, I don't want to just be so limited. I think in part some of it is, and so much of our music that people enjoy and export is a reflection of just the authentic creativity of Black people. Our ability to make songs and make music and make dances, even make artistry of all forms out of largely nothing, right? When you look throughout history, Black people have done a masterful job at making a whole lot from a little bit, whether it be cuisine, whether it be music styles. Every music style was born out of some maybe little small corner where three people got together and started making some sounds, right? Or maybe it was the plantation where the mothers or the pawpaws in the fields, right, were singing songs that literally came from the lower parts of their belly and in their souls, and they birthed such beautiful sounds. And then obviously, if you take that all the way back to the motherland, right, being able to make a lot and make do with very little, that's an essence that is so unique to Black people and Africans from all parts of the diaspora too, because we don't want to make this regional at all. So anyway, the point is, I think that's what Kendrick is getting at. Let's rebirth music, Black creativity through that lens in celebration of that stuff. And I just think the world can benefit from that so much. And more than anything, even if we take it out of the external lens, I think we family can benefit from that. As Black people, we can benefit from this recalibration. And I'm excited to see what we can do with this. I really am. I'm excited to see the power that can come from us killing this stuff, killing this demon, and starting over. Let's look at the lyrics actually for a second. I think it's time to watch the party die. I think it's time to watch the party die. This stuff done got too wicked to apologize. It's It's different. Get them whacked and disqualified. You can tell I don't rap, child, so let's be clear. I'm a singer, not a rapper, but I am musically inclined because I'm black. We even kill the killers because they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. Here's really that time. Why reason with these is if they can see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down. That'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. Like, yeah, it just goes on and on. Baby, that Lecrae verse. So Lecrae has responded, and at the time of this video, I just listened to it right before, right? Baby, I wish I could post the song, honestly. This is exactly... Y'all, it'll make me cry. I'm not kidding. Like, the pendulum has just swung. I heard a really, really good guy who made the case on Breakfast Club because they did a clip about this, essentially talking about how... Well, actually, I'll insert the clip here.
I'm as old as hip-hop at 51 years, right? And Chuck D broke it down. He said, every 5 years, there's a new generation of hip-hop. So we're talking 10 generations right now. And each generation, there's a shift. We went from positivity with self-destruction and Chuck D and all the positive rap. We went to gangster rap. Then we went to party and materialism with P. Diddy and everybody. Then we went to this over-hyper drill rap, that over-hyperly sexualized rap.
So now you think it's time to come back? You think it's time to come back?
Tell me to come back.
That's exactly what I think has happened. Honestly, the pendulum has just swung back, right? Rap started off as something like uplifting to the black community in their time of turmoil and strife, right? And so I think the pendulum is swinging. And to be fair, I talk about this a lot in my book. It's Not Political, The Case for Mass Divestment from Popular Culture. Buy it wherever books are sold. But I talk about this a lot in my book about how as much as things often look humdrum, right, and they look grimace, right, in real time, especially because social media has magnified so many of the world's ills, and so it makes things feel often worse than what they actually are. And so anyway, the same is true for popular culture. I know that things can sometimes feel like,
oh my God, how have we gotten so bad, and why has things gotten so bad in culture?
But the truth is, guys, no, things are just a pendulum. We kind of swung from this super conservative, at least externally or outwardly conservative with regard to TV and stuff like that. We were once there were a lot of restrictions and all that other stuff, and then we rebelled against that, and so the pendulum started to swing more towards liberation and sex and cultural decay and external expression of sex and just lewdness and wrong behaviors and drugs and just all kinds of outward external things that we know are typically bad, especially if we do them in exorbitant amounts. And so anyway, this was like the backlash towards that generation, and now we've exhausted ourselves from it, right? We recognize that, oh shoot, I just can't live a life that is solely about satisfying and gratifying desires that I have that can potentially destroy me if done in too much excess. And so the pendulum is now swinging back to what's real, right? What's reality? What do humans need? Humans do need boundaries. Everything isn't about partying. Everything isn't about expedient pleasures of the body and of the mind even, right? Just because you feel a desire don't mean you should give in to that desire, because we can and will largely implode from our own desires if left up to our own demise or left up to our own devices. We need God. But that's another conversation. I know I get into that in every video, and I'm not going to do that right now. But the point is that the pendulum is coming on back. And I encourage you guys to ride this wave. Get connected with your spiritual self. Let go of all of the material things that serve you no good outside of gratifying an expedient pleasure for the moment. If you feel a longing, if you feel emptiness, if you feel lonely, it's time to tap into things that are larger than yourself. Spirituality, God, right? Family, community. And if those things aren't available to you, go to spaces and things where you can cultivate those things. But it's not coincidental. That's the whole essence of my video. It's not coincidental that Kendrick is talking about this at this hour, right? At this time, rather, at this juncture in history. The pendulum is swinging back. The goofies are falling off. And that's a good thing. And we should, as common folks. So in conclusion, let's wrap it up here. In conclusion, what should you be taking away from this? What you should be taking away is you have the power and the capacity now to be better. And you don't have to just give in to expedient pleasures like drinking, like drugs, like sex, unfettered, undisciplined sex, right? But even for those of us who are more hermits and struggle with being inside, you don't have to give in to things like porn and like addiction to social media, addiction to watching screens all day long. There is more to life than just your expedient pleasures. There
is more to life than expedient pleasures.
There is more to life than comfort. There is more to life than our own individual silos that keep reinforcing and validating some of our bad habits and our bad behaviors. Find out who you authentically are outside of just your pleasures and desires, because those things are fleeting and they will fade. They do fade, right? I want to be clear. It's not to pedestalize Kendrick. It's not that he's some God. It's not that this is like, now we should just make him the God of hip hop or the God of or the leader of us. No, God is our only true leader, right? He should be rather the only leader and the head of your life. But so it's not to pedestalize Kendrick, but it is to really put an explanation point, pinpoint, emphasize this cultural moment. And I'm just doing this video to kind of bolster what's happening and speak to the spiritual essence behind what's happening here, because I think it is significant. So ride the wave, family, ride the wave. This is a good wave and we're grateful for it. It may not be perfect, because I know maybe there'll be Christians on here like, oh, well, he talked about this and he said this, or maybe they'll just be the purists in the comments. Listen, I'm not expecting perfection, but I'm desiring and I'm excited to see God move in culture in this way. And drop down in the comments and tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I see a lot. My views are just going up and up and up and up and up, but these subscriber numbers are just kind of slowly increasing. So guys, if you like and if you support and if you agree with me, support the channel, comment, like, subscribe. They all mean so much to me. And family, I am so grateful that you guys keep joining in each week. And I'm excited to see cultural reforms happening. And more importantly, I'm excited to be adding my voice in this era. Like, this is big stuff. And like I said, shameless plug. Oh God, there's so many books here. This book talks about all of that. It's not political. The case for mass divestment from pop culture. I go into all of this stuff, but in so much more intellectual and academic depth. And I just talk a great deal about a lot of things that, Kendrick is talking about in that song. So, and then some more, even more, like, because I give you practical skills on how best to divest from pop culture. So if you're interested, buy the book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, wherever you get your books from. And subscribe, like, and comment. I'm trying to think if I've said everything I wanted to say. I think I have. Okay. Love you, family, so much. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.